Hi, I'm Christiane. I'm a sophomore in computer engineering.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'm a sophomore in electrical engineering.
And we are engineering student ambassadors representing the UH Manoa College of Engineering.
So today we're going to show you how to make a tensegrity structure. So if you look at it, you can notice that the top part of the structure sort of looks like it's floating. That's because of the tension in the strings right here. So today we're going to show you how to make one of these things. So for the tensegrity structure, we're going to be using, we need paper, thread, scissors to cut the paper, tape, and if you have a hot glue gun.
Okay, so for the paper, you're going to need to cut them into squares. So you're going to end up with 4 squares of paper. And then what you're going to want to do with the paper is fold it in half, so it's like a triangle, and then cut it along the fold. And we're going to do that to all 4 pieces of paper. My hands are so shaky. Oh no. Okay, and so now we're gonna have 8 separate triangles of paper. And so we're gonna wanna make the beams of our structure. So to make the paper able to withstand the tension of the string, we're gonna roll the paper into little beams. So you're gonna start at the tip of the triangle right here and then roll down the page. And you're gonna wanna make sure that they're tight rolls, but they don't have to be perfect. And then once you have your roll, you're gonna take some tape and just secure it down. And you're gonna wanna secure it so it's just one roll of paper. So you might have to add 3 pieces of tape. And then after you have all of your little beams, it's time to move on to the next step.
Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is with all of the little paper beams we've made, we're going to take them, and you see how at the ends they're kind of weaker and not as tight, so we're going to cut those ends off. Do that to both sides, and then you'll have a beam like that. And you want to make all of the other 7 the same length, so you'll just want to hold it up and measure it against the length of the one that you cut, so you can just make it all the same length. Alright, so now you have all 8 of your paper beams cut, and they're all the same length now. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 3 of them, and you're going to start assembling the base of the tensegrity structure. So what you're going to do is you're going to position them so that they're in an equilateral triangle, kind of symmetrical, and then you're going to apply the hot glue. So what you're going to do is you're going to apply the glue to both ends of the thing, and you want to make sure it doesn't stick to the paper that it's on, so just kind of hold them together, and you want to make sure that it's a good positioning. So you just want to hold it together for a while until the glue dries. And then once it does, you can move on to the next, gluing the next sticks. Oh yeah. Should I do that now? So if you don't have a hot glue gun, you can also use tape to connect the beams. We only use hot glue in this because it's a bit stronger, but tape will work just as fine. So the glue is finally dry, so you have one good triangle base, and now you move on to make the second. You have two completed triangle bases. So with the remaining two beams, you're going to want to attach them one to each of the bases. So for the first one, you're going to take the beam and attach it to one of the corners of the vertices of the triangle. So just kind of you want to place it at an angle. You don't want to make the angle too low, so make it a bit higher. So place it down on the paper, and then you're just going to want to apply some glue. So apply the glue, kind of stick down, position it, make sure it's not too low. You kind of want more of a greater angle, and just wait for that to dry. So you have your the first base of your tensegrity structure. So for the next one, you're going to want to, instead of doing it on the vertex this time, you're going to want to attach it to the side of the triangle. And when you do it, you're going to want to make sure that the angles are the same, so that they kind of the beams are parallel. So you're going to want to put it in the middle of the side and just glue it down. So get the glue gun, put a blob in the middle, and just stick the beam over there. And when you do that, you want to check it with this one to make sure that the angles kind of are lined up and they're parallel. So that's an important part, so make sure you don't forget that. So now we have two completed tensegrity structure bases, and now we're going to work on tying them together.
So now we're going to finish up the structure by attaching the string, so adding the tension. So we're going to need 3 pieces of string to attach each of the corners to each other of the triangle. And these pieces should be longer than you anticipate because you can always trim them off later. So we're going to attach each string to each side of the triangle. So we're going to start with the bottom structure, the bottom part of the structure first. So we're going to add some glue. And then attach the string. then add some more glue on top so the string is definitely secure to our paper beams. Okay, so the final positioning of the structure should be like this. So the two beams in the middle should be parallel to each other. So what we're gonna do is flip over the bottom piece and then attach the strings to the top of the structure. So one point of this triangle to the other point of the triangle. And you're gonna wanna make sure that all lengths of the string when you're attaching them are equal, so the top triangle is parallel to the bottom triangle. So we're going to add our hot glue to attach the strings. And here I am just making sure that both sides are an equal distance apart from each other. And then we're going to glue the last corners. Okay, and so now we have tension at each corner of our triangle. So the tension that is going to hold the structure together is actually the tension between these two beams here. So we're going to attach a string to the top one and make sure that when it is attached to the bottom one that the string is pulled tight. And then before you attach to the bottom parallel beam, you're going to want to make sure that the top one is dry first. So to attach to the bottom beam right here, it's easiest to find where you need to attach it to by just holding it in the air and then seeing where the string hits on that bottom beam. So mine hits right about here. Okay, so we have our structure, and to just neaten it up, I'm gonna trim off the extra string that we have. Okay, and there you have your tensegrity sculpture. And there you have your tensegrity structure. So as you can see, none of the middle beams are directly supporting the top triangle staying up. It's just all of the tension in the strings is supporting the structure.